Today, we will have a first look at the 25th anniversary Japanese exclusive Blue Eyes White Dragon stamp set. What's up, Breaker Army? I'm CardBreaker. Welcome back to another epic video. I am so excited to check this out for the first time. We have the Blue Eyes White Dragon stamp set that came up for pre-orders all the way back in November. So we've waited pretty much 6 months to put our hands and first look and everything on this postage set. So this was an exclusive collab with the Japanese, I believe it was the Japanese Post Office. We're actually going to read some information directly off the Yu-Gi-Oh organization website. So this came up for pre-order November 28th, yes, from the Japanese Post Office. They began these pre-orders for a frame postage set. So what's so cool with this, not only is the frame set amazing, you guys saw that on the intro with obviously the thumbnail, but you get an exclusive Blue Eyes White Dragon that is so cool. You know, usually people dislike the tablet artwork for Blue Eyes, but when done right, like the globe artwork versus the tablet, or same artwork but different background, when done right, this card looks so nice, especially in Japanese and OCG cardstock. You can't go wrong with that. Now that's not all. You of course get the Blue Eyes, you get the folder frame set, and then you also get a custom postcard essentially and a set of stamps, which is so cool. Like, I know Pokemon has did something similar before in the past. I'm sure they're going to do more stuff in the future, but I was so glad when I saw this come up for pre-order. I'm like, this is so sweet that we actually get something like this for Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't usually get cool collectible things like this, especially a collab with the Post Office. I don't think it gets much better than that. So again, guys, I'm going to go through just real quick. You get the Blue Eyes White Dragon, you get the stamps, you get a postcard, and then you get the actual folded mount. So the folded mount is basically this big thing right here. So this might actually be too big for us to look at on the pack cam, but I do want to show you guys what this looks like front and back. It is in some wrapper right now. I'm going to take this out real quick just so we can take a look at this firsthand. Now there's should be a little extra goodie bonus in here. Let me actually try and slide it out. So big shout out to our friend OCG Superfly. Go check him out on Instagram if you guys haven't yet. So we have a 1,000 yen bill here basically, which here you guys can see that has the artwork of there. So this is where they did the collab essentially. This art style, if you guys know more information of it, this is the correct me if I'm wrong, yugioh. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that 100% right, but that is the art style that this whole entire postage card set pretty much collabs with. So there's a reason why actually I had him throw that in there. I did pay for it. But here is a first look at this. This is beautiful, guys. The TCG, I don't feel like could ever replicate this. There's just no way. Look at this. That looks insane. That is so gorgeous. And then here's the back. It does have the 25th anniversary stamp. So I'm gonna flip over to the pack cam. I don't think I can get this on the pack camera. No, I can't. It's maybe. Okay, so yeah, just enough. So there is the actual little bit closer look up, with the pack camera for this art set. Now what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna unfold this on the full cam so we can see what it looks like for the first time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, check this out, guys. That is gorgeous. So we have the postage or the stamp set here. Let me have the postage card there, and then there is that Blue Eyes White Dragon. So I'm gonna get everything actually on the pack cam so we can check it all out. So give me just a second, guys. Let me get all these goodies out of this folder because I can't wait to see this actually. The quality on this folder set is insane. This thing is gorgeous. So it actually obviously has its own little inserts in here, so you can put the poster set, the stamp and everything in there, and then the Blue Eyes would actually tuck very nicely up in there. So this is just crazy. I'm blown away the quality. You guys have to get this stamp set. And yeah. So we're going to check out everything. Again, we have our 1,000 yen bill. Again, the reason for the collab here is just this particular art style. If you guys know more information about this, like Chio, please let me know if you have some more information. Of course, I love to be informed. I love to know just the history and everything like that. And then we do have the poster card here. This is just so cool, guys. Again, here is the art style that this references. So check that out. Beautiful. This is just so nice. I don't think we'd ever get something like this in the TCG, and that's okay. We don't have to get everything because we obviously have access to the OCG and the Japanese side of things. Then here is the back of it. Again, a true legit postcard. Just so cool, guys. To know that something as special as Yu-Gi-Oh!, a huge collectible hobby card game, can make a collab with the Japanese Post Office, that is just so special. To know that we all collect something that can be so treasured, so touching for everything. And then before we go into the QCR Blue Eyes, I do want to look at our stamps. Now, these stamps are so sweet, guys. I'm never actually going to like try and use these because these are just strictly collectible pieces. So we do have our Blue Eyes art here. Now, this is a little bit lighter than the postcard. So we have two different versions. I like the color. So here's a darker blue. Here's one with a little bit less yellow. Obviously here on the other side on lighter blues. And then check out our actual stamps. So we have, of course, this specific artwork of Blue Eyes. We have the original starter deck Kaiba. We've got the Dark Side of Dimensions. There's a Burst Stream of Destruction, Blue Eyes Ultimate, Blue Eyes Toon, Alternative White. This is Twin Neo. What is this? Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, something like that. I know it's a Neo Blue Eyes Ulti, something along those lines. We got Chaos Max Dragon and then Heart of Blue Eyes. Actually, kind of funny because I think this is not like specific to the Blue Eyes archetype. If it was for like deck building. But, like, you can't lie. That artwork looks amazing. So there's that. And then, what everybody's been waiting for, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. It does have the 25th anniversary stamp there. And I'm actually torn, because I think I might... I wasn't going to initially open this, but I might end up actually keeping this sealed. I have some actual protectors, which OCG Superfly, again, huge shout out to you for everything you've done, obviously helping me out. Chio, you guys are amazing. Both of you, both being in Japan, helps a ton. So if you guys have some homies in Japan, hit them up because they can actually help you out. Obviously, you scratch their back, they scratch yours, that type of stuff. And but yeah, I'm a little bit torn. I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to actually take this out of the wrapper. I like to display my promos with some nice little protection cases, which OCG Superfly did include for me. But check this out, guys. So here's the reason why I wanted him to include this actual bill, because obviously you can see as it relates on there. We've got the same art style. So if you guys, again, if have more information about, what the significance of like this art style, we've obviously all seen this art style at some point in our lives, but I love this. Like, this is so cool to have collabs like this, like something as big as what this art represents and what the art style is, and then how much influence it has. Plus, obviously, Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff is just so freaking cool. But yeah, I don't know. Because I was tempted to actually send this into PSA just to get like a PSA 10. I'm sure these are probably going to grade mostly well. It is always a little tough. The one downside whenever like companies stick them in folders like that, where they're kind of wedged in like on the corners, the card doesn't sit in there perfectly, and they're susceptible to bends. I don't see anything that's like alarming through the case and through the actual plastic, but you guys can kind of get enough of an idea like what this looks like. So I'll decide after the fact, whether I'm going to open this or not. But I do know that there's quite a few places you guys can pick these up. eBay has them. Yugi Market, one of our collabs, actually has them as well. If you guys use my code CardBreakerGT5, it can get you 5% off anything in the store, and you get a free pack. So go support them. Go check out their website. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to get this stuff. Prices have been kind of all over the place. But again, I know Yugi Market has them. You can look at eBay. But if you guys want to save a little money, you can get a free pack. Check out Yugi Market and some other good stuff as well. So yeah, there we go, guys. Like, pretty much... this is something that's been hyped up for, like I mentioned, since back in November. So what are your guys' like thoughts on this? We have, obviously the bill is not included with every single purchase. This is just a special time thing. But we've got the QCR Blue Eyes. Actually, I think I'm more excited for the stamp set. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I really love this. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my cards. But this is just so cool to have Blue Eyes White Dragon on stamps. Like, imagine if we ever got this for North America, for like, the United States. That'd just be so sick. So that's all I have for today, guys. Let me know your final thoughts and what your thoughts are, or I guess your initial and final thoughts maybe, of this Blue Eyes White Dragon stamp set. What else would you like to see? If this is as much a success as I think it will be, how cool would it be to have like Dark Magician, a Blue Eyes White Dragon? There's so many other things they could do. A whole entire God card theme set. If they did, have they done anything else like this before in the past? If they have, let me know down below. I've never seen it before. Not that I've ever seen. I've seen Pokemon do some collabs, and those cards plus the stamps have performed so well, especially the cards, because the art style, everything is so unique. It's a very special touch on the collectible hobby. So, of course, if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to support the channel. There's all different ways you can support the channel, but subscribing is easy. Press the button. We're trying to get to 5K so we can obviously do a huge opening. And if you guys did want to support the channel even further, you guys consider joining as a channel member, because we do a lot of awesome stuff. I give away free products to you guys to get some epic cards. But that's all I have for tonight. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. I do have to give a massive shout out to our channel members: Sargoni YT, K-Dragon, Mark Donnelly, Cody Slater, Josh Evans, Michael P. Sutton, Lazy Dane, Evan Rudolph, Allison Snell, Will Breaks TCG, Ram22, Roland Pryor, Austin and Kayla, Ghost King TCG, Derek Williams, King Louie, Toenfo Show, Battle Phase, Opening Act, All for Chaos, James Roche, Chio, and Rip Pax TV. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I do hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice night. I will see you guys in the next one. This is CardBreaker. I'm out.